some of you have gone to a number of diversity education programs. You spend a lot of time doing diversity education with us. So you would be considered that proverbial choir. But if you want to be a world-class choir, you still have to practice. Yeah. You can be a choir. Some of y'all go to church choir really can't sing, but this is the house of worship. But if you want to be in a world-class choir, you got to keep practicing. For some of you, this practice session is going to be a lot different than anything you've done before. Again, we're not kumbaya. We're going to have an open and honest interaction. Okay. I speak early, you speak late. And at the end of the day, all I want you to do is understand, in any disagreement, differences of perspectives, stop trying to win. The objective needs to be to walk away with a better understanding of the other side. I'm heterosexual, you're homosexual. I know what it feels like to be me. I need to walk away with a better understanding of what it feels like to be you. I'm male, you're female. I know what it feels like to be a man. I need to walk away with a better understanding of what it meant to you to be a woman. Stop trying to win and try to walk away having learned something. Quick exercise with me. How many of you are left-handed? And without fail, there's always one lefty who raises their right hand. Who wears glasses? Anybody speak a second or third language? Favorite sport, tennis? Okay, I'm like, don't tell me to favorite tennis. Favorite sport, soccer? All right, a few soccer fans. Let me make this point about soccer. You know, we keep trying to make soccer important in America. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. They don't score enough points. You're not going to watch a game for 4 hours and the score is nothing. That's why they created ESPN. Seriously, I tried to play soccer. You know, when soccer came out, I was pretty young back then. Look, I thought, hey, I can do this. I can run. I didn't know I had to run that long. Some of the greatest athletes in the world are soccer players. Somebody who's never been in an airplane. Okay. Anybody the oldest in their family? Youngest? Middle child? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. No, I actually say that because when I asked that question about who's the oldest in their family, a young man raised his hand at a workshop and said, well, I'm not older than my parents. That would be problematic. But each time you raise your hand, those are different cultures. We all bounce in and out of a number of different cultures throughout the course of a day, a week, a month, a year, and a lifetime. So we start talking about diversity and multiculturalism. Everybody plays. This isn't a conversation about them. This is a conversation about us. I'm a man. I used to be a younger man. I used to be a younger, thinner man. Before kids came into my life, I was a younger, thinner, wealthier man. But we all bounce in and out of a number of different cultures. So when you're engaged in this dialogue, you've got to help particularly white men understand they play too. They play too. Affirmation. Action. Affirmation. Action. Affirmation. Action. I had the great fortune to attend the University of Illinois in Champaign. Lived on the residence hall floor, 55 guys, only 5 of them looked like me, only myself and my roommate actively engaged with that floor. Throughout the course of those 4.5 years, we started systematically breaking down walls and barriers that kept people apart. But stereotypes were everywhere. We went to play intramural football. They looked at me in the huddle, saw a black man and thought, Steve. Steve, you the fastest man on the floor. You're going to be our wide receiver. Their problem is at 18, I was about this tall, but I was about this wide. I'm looking at them in the huddle like this. Do I look like a wide receiver? Do I look like I have a history running anywhere fast? Intramural basketball. They looked at me, so black man thought Julius Erving, somebody in the NBA, and they put me on some guy 6'7". I'm standing next to him like, what the heck am I going to do with you for the next hour? And I told them I thought they were all rich. Because the only time I saw people who looked like them was at Wrigley Field and White Sox Park. And they were always buying stuff I couldn't afford to buy. But after a couple months of Steve loaned me $1. Steve, you got 50 cents. Steve, nickel down, dollar, quarter. Call my mother, oh, white folks not all rich. You all laugh, but if I had a magic wand, all I would wish for you and your campus is that we could sit in rooms just like this and have open and honest conversation. I'm not deep. Some of y'all deep. Y'all start quoting dead people. As though you knew them. I'm not deep. I realize and have learned through 49 years, I'll be 50 July 8th, and I'm just trying to get to 50. Milestone, 50. By the way, my goal was to be 200 pounds by July 8th. About 18 of them. Or at least I'm going to tell y'all I did. But open and honest conversation, we realize we have more things in common than we do differences. And even though we may look alike to some people on the surface, the potential exists for a world of differences. But we don't find it out till we talk. We're sitting in classrooms on campuses with people from all over the world passing up a major opportunity just to talk to somebody different. Young lady said, we're your interpreters today. I'm like, wow, that's a culture. And that's a hell of a job. Because I talk fast. It's going to be moving. They don't do it. It's rough. But let's not get caught up. Sometimes, particularly in higher ed, we get caught up in being experts. The only thing I try to profess to be an expert in is me. And that's a learning experience because it changes every day. It changes every day. How old are some of your campuses? 100 plus? 150?
160.
Anybody's campus over 100? Anybody's over 200? Anybody's over 75? Don't you really think with all of those intellectuals hanging around, if they were serious about diversity and multiculturalism, we'd be further along than we are now? I can go home right now. Because we're just playing political games. Most of the time, the officers and people who deal with these issues are the most underpaid, understaffed on campus. But we act like we're serious about it. I worked at Indiana University in Bloomington, and they used to get mad at me all the time. Because I told people what my budget was. I'm on a campus with 36,000 people. You done gave me a $7,500 budget. I said the time for you to get mad was when they said this is what we're going to give Locust Diversity Program.
Right.
You didn't get mad then. Don't get mad at me telling people. I'm on a campus with Bobby Knight spending all the kind of money he wants. When we do programs, we got to go beg everybody for $200. I couldn't do it. I grew up on welfare. I ain't begging no. I don't know, multi-million-dollar campus, but I'm not running around. Excuse me, sir. Steve Birdine of the Diversity Program. Can I help you pimp my office and act like you were a co-sponsor of a program? Thank you. Yeah, I am Steve Birdine. We've been an orientation. You have our offices program.
Right.
Remember, I mentioned the same orientation, broke, $250. We laugh, and then you wonder why when the program is over, we can't wait to move to the next one. We don't want to evaluate nothing. Like, hell no, I know it was painful. And the only people who lose in this political game we play are the students. Because you notice your checks don't bounce. Some of y'all may have, I'm sorry, bad school. Because no, it scares me when I hear about a school not being able to make its payroll. It's like, dang. What school did you pick? Affirmation. 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 Quick exercise for those who can. Shake out your arms for me. Fold them in front of you. Shake them out again. Fold them in front of you with the other arm on top. Woo! How much y'all pay to come to this? Y'all can put your arms down. Ask you to fold your arms. You've been folding your arms your whole life. Instinctively, you folded your arms the way you've always folded your arms. You said, come on, Steve, that's the best you got. I said, put the other arm on top. Most of you paused. You said, wow, other